the other thing that's fun to do is to take a punch and then create inside of it so that you can use that punch to create. Let me show you what I mean. So here, in order to use these as a, in my planner, I wanted the days of each month. And so I created these using a variety of the Millennium tip sizes. So what you would do is, let's take an 05. We're going to take an 05 and we're going to trace inside of this, because this is my punch line, so I know that I want to start inside enough so that when I punch this out, it will be able to have some outside edge to it. I hope that makes sense. So that I'm creating inside of it. Then we'll do the number 1. I'm just going to outline it. I'm going to make it a little bit of a three-dimensional. And sometimes I like to just draw right and get a little bit more of a shadow line right there on the where they connect together. But then I'm going to come back and either use, let's use the 03. So I'm going to take and just do this little fine line inside of here. So again, it's just the different sizes of the letter would, the different sizes of the number would be able to give us a different look for the tip sizes that we're using. Then I could go ahead and punch that out, just like I can do this. So here I've created this, and then I can put this in here and just punch that out, be able to have that to put into my journal, my planner. In fact, here is, in this planner I used a lot of different sizes of the Millennium markers. Here is one. So on this calendar, because I had smaller spaces to be able to write each of the days of the week, I needed to use a finer line. Up here I did probably use that November with a writer because I wanted it a little bit more bold and such like that. Then out here on the outside edges of my tabs that I created, then I could write with them also. So as we look through, we can see that I've added my letter numbers onto the days of the week, and then let's see here. And then I can do my journaling in there. I can keep it as a bullet journal or as a journal and just record those things like that. But then in this planner, it allows us to create. So here was the baking section. And again, did a little bit of faux where I was adding layers of lettering there. Sugar cookies for Santa and different things like that. So those are all different sizes of tip sizes of the Millennium. When you're writing, again, smaller, it has to be that way to be able to do it. Here we've got, you can do your fancy faux flourishing and just a monoline flourish. But here's a really great example of, because of all of this that I needed to fit in here, I used an 001 or possibly even an 005, and you can see how tiny I could write with this, where a bigger marker would make it so that you couldn't do that. So there are fun opportunities that way. Then the other thing you can do with your punches is that you can create your lettering inside of there so that you can punch it out also. So once you've created your size of your punch size, then we can come along and then create your lettering. So we've got "'tis the," and then we can come back with an 05, and when I talk about doing faux lettering, then what you're going to do is you're going to come back and add those lines and just be able to, wherever your shadow lines would be, you just come back and add more line depth, and then that gives it some of the look of having it be shadowed and things like that. So then you can punch those out also and use them in your holiday cards and all of the fun things like that. So ZIG Kuretake Millennium markers are the perfect marker for all of your shadowing, doodling, and creating from all different tip sizes.